Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair. Get that! Sci-Fi Center online store. We got what you want, so much more. That's sci-fi-center.com/shop. Come on over and shop till you drop.
Welcome to a very late, had to go to Christmas party, free food, prizes, stuff like that. Edition of the Dune Watch Party. Only got this one and one other left. This is episode 5, titled Blood Truth. Given how intense last week was, I expect no less from this one. Let me go ahead, because we're going to get started relatively soon. Hello, Brad. I mean, not Brad. See Brad's name on your thing. Clint, what's up, Taladia? So
Hey,
it might
what's
just,
up, everyone?
it might just be us, because like I said, this is about an hour and a half later.
Oh, good.
Before
Don't worry, I was still awake. I was doing a lot of editing, so
and Aaron, if you're in the chat, I sent you a link. So if you want to go on in, for you Patreons, your link is in the usual spot. So I'll give you time to find that. We are. Let's see. Give you guys time to acclimate and get that going, and then we're going to start. Our time start is I've skipped the intro, so we are going to be starting at
the HBO flashing thing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get to that, because
Okay.
it gives you this whole podcast one. By the way, I need to start listening to that podcast, because apparently there's a lot of we're skipping the intro, and we are at the fizz. All right, we are at the static. All right, everybody who wants to join on, I'll give you a couple of minutes to go ahead and join on. And because I just put the link up, I just finished setting up the whole stream. Like I said, I was running late, but this time of year, you just got certain things you got to do, places you got to be, and I try to balance it all. But so like I said, I expect most of the people who are watching this to be watching it later on this morning or later on today. Hello, Brad. What's going on?
Brad, you're late.
We all are. This is the one where we're all kind of late.
I'm only joking.
Yeah, Brad. Every time Brad pops up to the screen, I'm gonna introduce him as Brad from comicbook.com or whatever he has on there. Fortress of Solitude, Kung Fu Panda, whatever all the other ones are, whatever one he wants to do, but there's got to be one on there so that when people hear
Clint's an idiot.
that's a truth that doesn't need us. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need us to Clint's an idiot.
But that we're not just a bunch of hacks talking. I mean, we got a professional damn journalist on here, so there you go. Even though we have a guy with a xenomorph duck below us, that's a long story that they can just tune in for. All right, guys. So after last week I was so impressed with last week's episode. I really liked that episode. And if that's where the show is going, I mean, this last 2 episodes, we only got 2 episodes left. They got a lot to cover in this one. So wow.
So yeah, this is gonna wrap up before the year is out.
Yeah, before Christmas.
Before Christmas, after Christmas actually.
No,
he's right. Yeah, right. It'll be right before Christmas.
Next week. Yeah, we're 10 days out from Christmas. Dude, where did the time go? It just seems like a couple of weeks ago I was burning up in this inferno that I live in called Vegas, and now it's cold. But it feels like today it was nice though. It wasn't even. Was it 65 or something today? I didn't even need a jacket. I did not need a jacket at any point today. Today was nice. And I guess Wednesday we're going to be up in the upper 60s. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I'll take all this. I'll take the drive.
This winter is flying by compared to the summer, man.
Let's not talk like that.
No.
Let's not talk like that because we know it lies. We know it lies at the other end of this monstrosity. And speaking of summer. Look who's here. Oh wow, it's all bright.
Aaron,
what time is it there,
yes,
Ozzy? It's a delay. I wonder how long the delay is. Or is she even hearing it? Can you hear us, Aaron?
You hear us, Aaron?
Oh, hello.
Yep.
Well, how hot is it there right now?
I'm hearing you now.
Oh, that's a real bad delay tonight.
It's in the high 30s. So
okay,
so that's like 95 Fahrenheit.
It's just hitting. So it's like it's 6:40 p.m. at the moment, and it's not high 30s at the moment.
It's still really bright.
Tomorrow they said, tomorrow they said it's probably going to be in the 40s.
Jeez.
High 30s is like 105 here. So you bring it up to 40s, you're going up to 120 and stuff.
Stay indoors. Yeah. Unless you're going to work on the 10 and you go outside, it should take you about 10 minutes.
And I just can't get my head around that. It being that hot. I mean, even when I lived in Hawaii, I remember getting that warm in Hawaii when I was living there in December.
I've been in places that make Vegas feel like a winter wonderland, and I never thought I would ever feel. When I went over to the Middle East, and it's so hot that my skin on my knuckles is before my very eyes is burning and peeling off and blowing away while I'm riding a dune buggy through the desert. That's how hot it was. It was like it was insane hot. And then, it would be like 120, 126, 127. And then all of a sudden, it's when you have all that shit on, all this gear on that you have to wear wherever you're at. And so it's even hotter. So you're like drinking like a gallon of water an hour. It's like chugging that shit down. Man.
Trust me, it's not as bad as going to Saudi Arabia or going to Dubai or somewhere like that.
Saudi's hot. Saudi's hot. Saudi's unbelievably hot. And then that sand is not just the ambient temperature, but that sand is shining up back at you, and it's like blinding you.
My dad told me all about that when he was over there during the first Gulf War, and of course he corroborated what William says about that's Saudi Arabia during the day. Nighttime, you feel like you're gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, and
I don't care. Las Vegas is still stupid hot.
Yeah, it's stupid hot if you don't have anything to compare it to. It, like you said, it is very hot. It's hotter than I ever want to be. But yeah, that heat. When I was in that heat years ago, I'm like, I need to get the hell out of this country. But then at nighttime,
if I went to Las Vegas or Georgia, I'll probably feel at home. In the heat there.
Yeah, the outback. But the thing about in the wintertime in the Middle East, holy shit, it's colder than anywhere I've ever been in my life. That includes places that snow. That cold, it's a cold that gets into your insides real quick. No matter what you're wearing, if there's any gaps in your cold weather gear, you're going to feel a sharp cold, and it's going to get in there, and it's going to feel like a needle going straight to the bone. There's a certain type of cold in the Middle East that is just not funny at all. I mean, cold here. I've been in Michigan. I've been in all kinds of places that are cold and have snow and ice on the ground. That cold coming off that ocean, depending on where you are, if you're in a port, my goodness, it's like that cold off of Day After Tomorrow. The cold is chasing them. Like it's completely bullshit. But, you know. All right, guys, here we go. I'll let everybody get ready, but I am at the Frizz. I am at the
Frizz.
HBO. Yeah, the HBO. We're about to get the the iconic logo. So that puts us at 2 minutes exactly. Actually, yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah. All right, everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, Chaladia, count us down if you could.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
And actually, in Australia, that here that's a little bit from your home turf that relates to a recent thing I had published at compo.com. I had the Raid doesn't need a remake. It already has 2. One of them being Life After Fighting with Brent Foster, and check out who retweeted that.
We're watching Dune.
Well, yeah, but this. Yeah,
we had hours last night to go anywhere we wanted to go. Now we're on the stand where I could have put that in the thumb for you. I could have gone to the bathroom and ate and
he hadn't done that.
And, you know,
that's he hadn't retweeted at the time, so I just wanted to share. So thank you very much, Bren. Love you, brother. So just wanted to share about that. Yeah. And that is one I just had go up on Saturday on a comic book.
The openings to HBO shows, no matter what it is always something, man.
Oh yeah.
It's very artistic.
You know who's catching up to him is Prime.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Prime has a lot, and Apple TV for what little they do. I can't wait till Monarch comes back.
Yeah,
I didn't like that Godzilla movie, so I'm not gonna go back to it. Or not movie, but the series.
Oh, I love that show. I loved it.
Didn't do anything for me, so I was like, okay, enough. By the way, a miracle happened to me.
And what's that, man?
What's that?
The insurance company reduced my rate by $70 a month.
That is a miracle.
It was so shocking. I had to call to make sure I didn't lose my coverages or stuff.
Maybe they're worried about more incidences.
Nope, they're not.
If you remember from the last episode,
by the way, congratulations, William. It looks like you're gonna be not having any daylight savings anymore.
Yeah. Problem with that is if he does do it, he wants to freeze it to where when we fall, spring forward again and keep it there. I want to keep it here. I want to fall back and stay back.
Yeah, otherwise he'll be permanently lost his hours and be grumpy forever.
And an extra couple hours of sunlight that I don't need in a desert.
So, Talati, you're just going to say something?
Yeah, if you remember from the last episode, he had the scars on his back and everything, so they showed that shot now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool swords. You should put Brent Foster in the show and have him use one. Aaron definitely agrees.
Am I gonna have to meet you?
That would be very interesting for him to do, like a sci-fi type show or movie.
Well, that's one of the things he told me when I interviewed him. He's got he's got.
I like the way. Okay, for those of you who are new to this, he just referenced Old Earth, which is not something they've done doing the show yet.
And well, this is like 10,000 years after Old Earth.
He did something like imagine if he did something like done like something in Dune or something like that.
Yeah, that's one of the things he mentioned as far as like stuff he has in the works. Like one he's got coming up is a post-apocalyptic kind of Mad Max influenced project. We're looking forward to that, definitely.
Hold on, I'm reading subtitles.
Okay. Yeah, another mention of the Imperium.
Don't worry, Fourth. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me, Fourth.
No, Saladia clarified he's had family over his last couple of days, and so like your nephews are over or something.
By the way,
my
this is
nephew
the
and
shortest.
niece,
This is the shortest episode of the series so far.
Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, Taladia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had my nephew and niece over, so they were interested in what I was doing. I said, "No, you can't be here because I'm streaming." So
I've seen it already, but yeah. We can call this episode Empire Strikes Back.
God, I really would love to know what the budget for the show is, because it really is.
It's really majestic.
Commensurate with what they spent on the movies, as far as like the scale of everything.
Well, they have decent actors in it too.
Yeah,
Mark
that's true. Yeah.
to be one.
You know what those spaceships remind me of? Stealth bombers.
Yeah,
B2, they remind me of B2s.
No matter what part in Dune, the Emperor always seems to be the most clueless person there.
I can't remember what they called it, but there's a new plane. It was just broadcast and shown early this year that the US military has created this new type of plane that it looks like a freaking alien ship.
Yeah, well, they probably just commandeered it from all these UFO sightings we've had these last 6 months or something.
Oh yeah, what the shit is that? That's been freaking scary. Everybody been talking about on the news here, like they don't know what the hell's going on. People being interviewed left, right, and center from America, like asking them what it is, and they're like, we don't know.
Well, just remember, if Randy Quaid is the one telling you about it, you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
If you're listening to Randy Quaid in the really real world,
it's true.
You got big issues.
So I wanted to ask you guys something about the show, right? Mm-hmm. How much do you think the budget for each episode would be?
It's got to be past 10 million each episode.
6 episodes. I'm guessing it's around that area. So I'm guessing the budget's about 80 million, 90 million.
Wow.
Okay, so they offered with 7 episodes.
I'm sorry, is it 7 episodes? I thought it's 6.
Let me look it up real quick.
I believe it's 6 also.
Am I getting confused with Creature Commandos?
Creature Commandos is 7, yeah, there you go.
The Creature Commandos is 7,
okay.
Yeah.
Both of them are too short by them.
Okay. So this is 6.
That's actually kind of a general.
Now.
It's kind of a general trend I've been noticing, post-pandemic, is that seasons of just like whether it's broadcast or streaming in general, it's just really gotten tightened up. Like a full season used to be considered like 22, 23 episodes, and it'd play from fall into May, and now it's like if you get 15, that's like considered these days like a long run.
No broadcast show ever spent as much money on them than these streaming shows do. When you see a tenant like a Game of Thrones or a show like this, a broadcast show that lasted 26 episodes doesn't spend the kind of money that the ones that are on streaming and the shortened ones do. So that's why they have to do that.
It's gotten worse since it's gotten worse since all the strikes now.
And more players in the game
and 911 Lone Star, and they've cut their episodes to about 15 episodes now, when they used to be like 22. And they're keeping it that way. And other broadcast shows are doing the same, like all the NCIS shows.
Yeah. It's again, that's something I really noticed. Since COVID, like a broad side effect of the rise of streaming, but that's also kind of poured into broadcast shows. It's another reason why I'm such a fan of Superman and Lois, because it's like for every nothing external going on is like you can't see anything external happening with that show or with that network in the show itself.
Well, but if you look at like even NCIS and shows like that, there's still like 18, 19, 20 episodes. But you won't see the kind of money spent on a network TV show that you will, because there's no justification for it.
I've seen the deterioration of quality over the past couple of years from those shows.
Yeah.
And it's very disheartening, because I'm a big fan of those type of shows, and I'm like, ugh. Feels like it's been made in a backyard.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to realize the reason why is the revenue that is drawn on ads is different now, because most of these networks are owned by the same companies that own the cable companies and the streamers, and the money that they're drawing from ad revenue from network TV just is nothing compared to what you're drawing for subscriptions.
This woman here that's screaming and
Lila?
Yeah, Lila. Her character doesn't make sense in the Dune universe.
What makes you say that?
Well, she took the water of life. The water of life either does two things previously to this. It either kills you or you become a seer of the past lives of everybody. And you're in control of listening to them. It's not an uncontrollable thing.
Well, would this be the beginning of that, though, since this is a prequel?
Well, they've been taking according to this prequel, they've been taking the water of life. They have a whole bunch of Reverend Mothers. So I don't know.
Shows in the 80s just have 30. Yeah. Well, the first, Power Rangers, I remember that's a real anomaly, because they had 40 episodes a season.
There was 60 episodes the first season.
Oh yeah, especially that's in the second season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1995, guys.
Emma Watson, well, that's kind of random. Okay. So yeah, here we go. No, right, just gonna put her out there. Okay. Well, all we got right now is like a CGI, kind of stand-in, so it's very open.
What are you guys talking about?
No, Antonio's like nominating Emma Watson for Granny Goodness. I always thought Kathy Bates was gonna be kind of like the perfect Granny Goodness.
This is classic Dune politicking.
Tell me again, Clint. Like how many of the Dune books have you read?
I read, I think, up to Children of Dune.
Okay, and that's like what is it, like 3-4 books? How many is that?
I think it's 4. It was a long time ago too.
Yeah.
I watched when I read up to where Leto becomes a sandworm, and then I went, "What the hell am I reading?"
It's just the thing. That's what I'm telling you guys. It's like Dune's got some great sandworms, but I mean, it's just like, no, the quintessential sandworm anything is tremors. Sorry, it's just science.
Oh,
do you know what happened? Where spice comes from?
No, say again.
Do you know where spice comes from?
Well, it comes, where melange comes from. It comes from Arrakis.
Okay, what makes spice? They keep mining it, so it keeps getting regenerated. What makes it?
The worms.
Yeah.
So, Arrakis, late in the future, when his kids have taken over, they killed all the worms off by making it a green, lush planet. And the only spice that was available was the Leto, children of Paul Atreides, who had turned into a sandworm. He was the only thing creating the spice. And like I said, it got weird.
So the worms are like pretty much giant the killer worms.
The spice is worm poop.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
All right, so did he just basically coerce him by giving him that spice to tell him like a truth serum, or was he already ready to talk?
So it's like honey comes from a bee behind.
It's just classic Dune politicking, William.
I don't know. I don't think any of you guys watched Futurama.
Here and there.
I know about the death from Snoo Snoo.
I mean, obviously, when it comes to Matt Groening, I'm mainly a Simpsons guy.
But spice isn't a truth serum, William. If I had to compare it to a really real world drug, it's kind of like LSD.
You know what this series reminds me of?
What's that?
The first episode of Star Wars.
Oh, New Hope?
No, first episode. Phantom Menace.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like first released one.
Oh no. That's episode.
That's episode 4.
4, yeah.
Speaking of that, William, we've never done a single Star Wars watch party. The Sci-Fi Center.
Wait, you guys are called the Sci-Fi Center, and I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
There's so much more sci-fi than Star Wars. I mean, it's not that hard.
And we haven't done Star Trek either.
Well, I've said it's like, listen,
the two big boys.
Yeah, and I've said it's like, listen, I'm a newcomer to that, so I am very happy to take that plunge with people, here who are more knowledgeable about Star Trek than I am.
Aaron, you thought Howard the Duck was a long movie. Star Trek, the movie, the first one, is longer.
Yeah, but does it feel longer?
I know it's pretty long. I don't mind it. It's very cerebral.
Yeah, but does it feel longer?
It's only an hour and a half movie, but it's long.
I enjoyed 2001: The Space Odyssey. So.
Yeah. Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4 hours, but it feels half as long as Howard the Duck does.
Yeah.
It's like the 10 Commandments is like 4 hours, and that feels that again that feels like it's over way sooner than Howard the Duck.
Let's just say the first movie, they had to use a lot of filler scenes that are just boring and loud, stupid music, and it's just a terrible movie.
Oh, which one?
For Star Trek.
Oh, I
The
didn't mind it.
first of the old Star Trek movies.
Oh,
I've heard that the general consensus among Trekkies is that it's like the odd numbered Star Trek movies are the best ones.
yeah, that's true.
Even.
Or even, sorry.
Yeah.
Two. Yeah, sorry. I'm not a math guy.
They're the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, so that kind of began that trend.
The best one out of the whole of the original. And when it comes to TNG, First Contact.
The one with the whales is my favorite.
Oh yes. That was a cute one. Oh,
Tension.
they kind of look like a bit of a fashion state, dressed up all like that.
Yeah. We're going to get those commercials soon. It's like, I'm doing my part. Would you like to know more?
Yeah, I definitely did not read any of his kids' books.
Oh, he did. Frank Herbert did kids' books?
No, Frank Hubert wrote all the Dune books, and then his kids started writing Dune books.
Oh, okay. I think like
okay.
his kid, like his kids, not the kids' books he did, like his kids that wrote. Okay.
His kids.
So I was gonna say this. Do you know this guy could play Batman? You know, I just had a thought.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
Let them look.
children, right?
Yeah,
all the
he's
books
got
that they wrote, is that part of canon? Dune canon now? Or?
Well, most of the Dune movies follow the gist of the books, so it's hard to do canon for it. It's
That's bizarre.
you know, there's so much more. There's the Spacing Guild pulling strings too. It's the Spacing Guild and the Bene Gesserit. They're the two major factions that are behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Oh, okay. So they don't do like exactly beat by beat what the books do. They just take extracts of what works and what doesn't work and put it in like in movie or TV format. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, exactly. They get the gist of the story right, but they leave out a whole bunch of the details in the movies.
Okay. Would you like to see like a beat by beat one, or you are happy with how it's been proceeded so far?
Well, for me, I'm happy because I realize books are books and movies are movies, and if they have a slight interaction with each other, that's fine. But movies have to do movie things.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, you're right. You're right with that. I guess it's more of the vein of like comic books. Can't do everything the same. And at the same time, things generally might not translate well into a visual format.
And a lot of the books are what they're thinking.
Okay, so it's more like internal monologue.
Yeah, that's why William doesn't like it.
Like what?
Oh, yeah.
The Dune books.
Oh, they're boring, they're long, and they're needlessly tedious. So yeah.
See, I'm very new to the Dune universe, so I'm gonna be like asking like 21 questions. So
Yeah, I'll answer what I can answer.
thank you. Yeah, I'm seeing what they're doing now with like what Warner Brothers is doing now is like more like a reboot of what I saw back in the day when I was a kid, which I didn't really recognize it was like Dune. I just thought, oh, this is a nice, cool movie. Not really fully grasping what I was watching or understanding when I was a kid.
Are you
All right, now, Abe, so she's under the influence of someone else at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, previous Reverend Mother.
Okay, gotcha. So the one that they
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to.
so it was through like manipulation.
Which is this is why it doesn't make sense, because previously Reverend Mother, still all Reverend Mothers who went through the poison ritual, that they were able to converse with their previous Reverend Mothers and get the information, not the Reverend Mothers taking over.
Oh.
So that's why I'm like, this doesn't make sense, but okay, it's a story. Move on.
And this place reminds me of a like Amazon, where it's all women in charge, but unlike Amazon, men are allowed to live.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh no, it was comment. I said it reminds me of like Amazon, right? Where women are in charge. However, unlike Amazon, men are allowed to live.
Well, the Bene Gesserit, or the Sisterhood, whichever one you want to call it, the reason why they have Reverend Mothers is so that they can make very extremely long-term plans. Like the plan started now, we're supposed to go all the way 10,000 years in the future. And the way they keep track of the plan is by taking the water of life and talking to the previous Reverend Mothers so that the plan keeps going forward, generation after generation.
No, well. So being a matriarchal society, when they have like a male partner, the woman is in charge of everything, and I would assume that the daughters get everything.
I would assume so, but the way the Bene Gesserit, they're like a CIA.
Oh, okay. So it's not like okay.
Yeah,
It's not
they're
like
not.
hierarchical.
They're like behind the scenes. just like the Spacing
Oh.
Guild, but you never see the Spacing Guild.
Oh, okay. So I'm way off. I thought it might have been like a hierarchical type thing, like a caste system.
It seems more feudal to me, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Ooh, what a pretty ring.
Yeah, that more than 10,000 year plan. The concubine of Duke Leto just messed it all up. She was supposed to have only girls, and that those girls were to be married to the Harkonnens, and then that was going to create the Kwisatz Haderach.
So, like, how do they make sure that they have girls? Is it genetically modified?
It's a science fiction power, Bene Gesserit power.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the Sisterhood / Bene Gesserit are ruthless. That the plan is everything.
Wow. You wouldn't want to get on their bad side. Ooh, a bit of a romance. It's nice to see more mature romances in films and TV shows. I like the science factor in this. Because not everybody in this universe, I assume, doesn't have any powers. So you got to rely on science to get you from A to B and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very at the center of the whole universe.
Well, the thing is, they outlawed computers or thinking machines.
Oh,
So they have machines that do work, like show genetics, pilot spaceships, but they're not computers. And in the Dune, they replace computers with these weird humans that do computers in their heads. They're human computers, and they drink a special juice that makes them that way. That's from the first 80s movie and the books.
Oh, okay. So I saw the 80s one. I think it had Patrick Stewart in it.
Yeah, it did. I first saw the 80s one. Again, that was channel surfing. I came across it on the Disney Channel when I was like 11 years old. I have no idea how it ended up on the Disney Channel of all places.
I
But yeah,
discovered something crazy. Like this is like way after my era, and you're honest, the Disney Channel created a totally different channel, pretty much aiming for boys. It was called XD or something, or DX, someone like
Yeah, I
that.
think I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
They created one of their flagship shows on that channel was called Kicking It, and it was a freaking entire show about karate, and I'm like, what?
I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah, which, I mean, that would have been right up my alley, but I mean, they didn't. Again, it came when I was kind of like away from the Disney Channel.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, way past that era.
I think that was actually. Remember that guy Leo Howard, who was the young Snake Eyes in GI Joe? I think he was actually on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm looking at Wikipedia right now. Yeah, he was on that.
Others found out that was pretty wild that freaking Disney would produce something like that. I thought
Yeah.
this was like before Cobra Kai. Wow, now they're destroying property.
That was proper Batman style. I'm sorry.
Well, if you saw earlier, he was a swordsman trainer.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, he was.
Well, that didn't go like that guy planned.
Nope.
What was that, Clint? What was that cloak he was holding up?
I don't know, but it doesn't really matter anymore.
Oh shit, this is
Oh,
gonna
choose the
blow.
sister. Okay, I know what it is. I
the fighting style reminds me of something from Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
So that
Yes,
was her
it's like-
sisterhood cloak.
It's gonna blow. She's an undercover sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the Benny Gesserit / Sisterhood, they're everywhere in everything.
Everywhere and everything all at once.
Oh, you survived.
Yeah, he put up that shield just in time.
We need to get one of those, Brad.
Yeah.
Common technology.
That's
Need
what
those.
There's a lot of things in the Dune universe I want to add to my life. Technology wants to be again that whole sparring force field. That's probably my favorite one.
Oh yeah, that'll be.
It's like you because you could you just punch, kick, hit as hard as you want, not hurt the person on the other side of it. It's like everybody in martial arts world, everybody's dreams is to be able to go to town without hurting anybody.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
But the way they train, they train to bypass the shields is like if you do a quick slash,
Yeah,
you can't get through the shield. But if you move your knife slowly, it'll go through the shield and kill the person. So they train like that.
that's my point. So it's like you can go just 100% constantly and not, the other the person on the other end isn't at risk of getting hurt.
Well, even that a blow is a blow. You may not kill someone, but if you hit them, they'll still fall and they'll still hit the shield after the shield hits the floor.
But the thing is, okay, in our case, we have a thing called mats.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we fall on mat. It's like it's. How can I explain it?
It's like it's falling on the floor, but it gives.
It's firm, but it's really soft at the same time.
Yeah, it
It's
has
really hard to
give.
explain.
It has give, so it's like when you hit, it's like it cushions. So
Yeah.
Do you have these mats out in the outback of Australia?
I'm sure there's plenty of martial arts schools in the outback, and they do.
Brent actually told me he used to do some training out in the outback.
So we do have a thing called trucks that can deliver things, and planes.
Yeah, there's also kangaroos too. They can hop it, over to you. Actually, that'd be pretty awesome. It's like because you have that force field, protection on, and you get and just take a kick from a kangaroo, and it won't hurt. You won't get hurt.
You would still feel the force.
Clint, please kindly stop.
You want to go to the hospital and stuff. You'll survive.
Yeah. Clint, please stop wrecking our aspirations here of having this cool sci-fi technology and the training.
We're in our fancy lane.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Even Dune follows the laws of physics.
You know what you remind me of, Clint? I remember when I was like in 5th grade, and we were learning about ancient Egypt, like how mummies were made, in ancient Egypt, and we did this one assignment one time where the teacher said, okay, if you were and I think this is around the time when the mummy was coming out. The teacher said, okay, if you were like a mummified Egyptian pharaoh and you were brought back to life, right, what you would do if you came back. And some of the kids in class, because we learned about how mummification works, so they take your organs out and everything. And so the kids replied with, it's like, but I wouldn't have a heart or a brain or lungs. And that's what you're like, Clint. You just nitpick everything.
We are watching Dune, by the way, for those of you watching along for the first time.
I'm just saying, Dune follows real world physics.
It's kind of the same.
Okay, so he just sold him out.
He just sold him out. Wow.
Those look like Christmas trees. Does this mean Dune is a Christmas show?
Well, according to William, no, because it's like if Chris is interchangeable with anything in it, it's like it doesn't count. But
They've got a whole lot of pretty, very, very good-looking people in this cast. They almost look like supermodels.
So this whole thing has been a beautiful manipulation by Ayla. I mean, it's deep planning she put into place here. And she doesn't give a shit what she burns to execute her plan, which is consistent with what they are. So
Oh, I'd like to dive into that.
Oh,
You know
she's
those
not happy.
you know those ice
Oh,
things.
she has a lot not to be happy about.
Yeah, that's true. You know those little ice things up there kind of remind me of the ship that Superman gets sent to Earth in the original
Yeah.
Superman movie. It looks a lot like that to me.
So basically, that's her daughter, but his wife's mistress is manipulating everything now.
I don't know what happened with this program. Just all you guys went into like you were loading up, and I was the only one I could see.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Oh, they're all drinking mimosas.
I was drinking mimosas.
And no, I wouldn't be like saying like that, Brad. I would be going around chasing people, going, "Rawr."
Lots of dirty eyes. All these people remind me of like bloody that just come back from a fashion show. What's that movie, Zoolander?
That is banned in the show.
Well, that's totally sci-fi and fantasy because he could like Mugatu throws a ninja shuriken, he could stop it with his giving a look. It's like
Some other time.
Oh, I'm not talking about the fashion one. I had no idea that movie was banned. Ooh. Mm. Oh.
Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. Hence the title, Truth and Blood.
They're hiding a thinking machine.
Interesting torch. Oh, there we go. like their version of the supercomputer. Oh, saucy, saucy.
All right, I'm speeding to the preview real quick.
Lots of naughtiness going around.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Did you figure it out?
Which one is his mother? No, but I'm still thinking. I'm assuming it's her.
Do you see why I get the Empire Strikes Back vibe from it?
Luke, I'm your father. Yeah. All right, so one of the sister is his mother, but all right. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. Not as much as I enjoyed the last episode. The last episode is the best of the series so far. This one's a close second. I really
agreed.
Was able to follow along, even when Brad and Ozzy were going off on their own, whatever the fuck you guys talking about. Whatever the fuck you got, I was able. That's how good this episode was. I heard you guys saying something, but I was laser focused.
I was focused. I was focused on the episode.
Yeah, it would have been more fun with us, though. I mean, just saying.
Well, if I had seen it before, but I'm watching it for the very first time, I'm trying to because there's a lot of shit that you could miss if you're not.
We were talking about the intricacies of the show, but in the scientific matter of what will be translated into the real world.
Exactly.
So you've been influenced by Brad.
No, you mean she's been enlightened by Brad, and really not even that much, because it's
all right, whatever.
We're on the same wavelength, so it's like
Well, I wish the wavelength we were watching, me and Talati were watching, but so his bloodline. I mean, he's basically the antithesis of what they've always planned to be. He's chaos, where they're always trying to engineer order through the bloodline. He's exactly the opposite, because I guess, and Clint, correct me if I'm wrong, by her having a boy, that wasn't part of anybody's plan.
Well, I'm not sure about this thing, because I don't know if what their plan is in this, but they're all about control. They want to control the power.
So why give him up then?
Give who up? I'm sorry.
Her son, because I'm understanding that's you. son. That's when you see the previews, she's holding a baby. So I'm assuming that Bashir, the burnt, that is her son, and that is why he has a hard on for trying to wipe out the nuns. He wasn't part of their grand design. He was left out for garbage. And if you read the preview, it says, or right in this episode, I was raised by a woman, or I was a woman. The woman that birthed me left me out, in the dust, as scavengers. So he has a reason. Now I know his motives. He hates everything about the sisterhood because he was born into something that they had no use for him. So he's angry, very pissed. But I'm assuming, just based on her look in her face, and then that preview that's in the net, if you guys went through the preview, that's his, she's his son. So, and she's on the other side of the galaxy or other side of the universe, so they haven't met again. So that's his aunt. I mean, so the one he is face to face with is his aunt. So yeah, he's and his powers are basically from his bloodline. When she says he has powers I can't account for, that bloodline would account for it. So that's how I'm putting it together. I'm gonna have to watch it again and watch some of the Easter egg shows to because I know there's already somebody out there already that has put this together for me, so that I'll be able to watch. Heavy spoilers. One of those guys has already put it together for me, so I'll have to go and watch those shows. But even with I don't understand completely, that didn't take away from the enjoyment of this episode. It was clear enough for me what was going on and what pieces of absolute dog shit each and every one of these people on this screen are. My goodness, these people are pieces.
Well, I don't know the plan from these books, but the Dune books, the plan was to breed the Kwisatz Haderach into existence that we can control.
I'm assuming that has been the plan, period.
What?
I'm gonna make the assumption. I'm just gonna make the assumption based on what I've read and what I know, that this plan is what you're seeing with these girls is consistent with what we would know from the books. This is where it would start. And whereas Paul Atreides wasn't supposed to happen, but he didn't abandon him. This guy wasn't part of the plan. He got shoved off to the side. She's probably supposed to have a daughter, and he's clearly not a daughter. So I'm gonna look.
Well, that's why when she was pregnant with Alia, that was the girl that she was supposed to have.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go into his details of why. But to me, just knowing who his mother is, okay, I understand. Yeah, you pretty much got left for. You pretty much got thrown out like trash, and now you're mad at the people who threw you out. Good enough for me. Now, obviously, it's not that simplistic. There are going to be details, but you see what I mean? I didn't have to have all of that to enjoy this episode, which is weird. A lot of times, if there's details like that, I don't know. It hinders my ability to enjoy the show. This show is written in a way that you just don't have to know all that. You get the basic framework, and then you can do your own homework on that one.
I think the army behind the main antagonist, I guess. I can't remember names hardly at all.
I just call him Bashir because that's his title now.
Yeah, the Bashir. I think that's the beginnings of the Sardaukar.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. But then now, and I love how she maneuvered Constantine into fucking other people up and selling them out so that she can maneuver her son into commander of the fleet. It's like a brilliant chess game.
Yeah,
and nobody ever stops
doing politics.
Yep. And there's no point during this episode somebody isn't trying to fuck somebody else. It's constant fucking. I mean, one scene, somebody's fucking this person up. Another scene, it's just bam, bam, bam. It's like musical fucking. It's the episode ends with one last person, but But I mean, I'm really enjoying the show. I wish there was more time, but you know what? We got one episode left, and that's what we're gonna. Hopefully they're gonna lay it all out for us, or fill in the blanks that they put enough together. Now it's time to land the plane. So I've enjoyed Dune Prophecy so far. These last two episodes have been the strongest of the series, with 4 being the strongest, but this one being a close second to it. I'm assuming that.
Point,
go ahead.
William. when she was the Reverend Mother doing the biopsies of the flesh of Kasha, I believe it is.
Uh-huh.
She said it was a virus. Do you think that guy's infecting people?
Yeah.
To burn them up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he is the catalyst. Well, that's the word I was looking for. I couldn't figure out what word I was reaching for last week at the end of last. He is the catalyst to everything.
He's causing it, but
he's the reckoning.
Yeah.
He's the reckoning, and by the word reckoning, it's their reckoning. He's created by the sisterhood. He's literally created by the sisterhood. So that's something they're gonna have to reckon with. So yeah, I think he is. I think he's the he's it, and I think he's gonna. I mean, they're gonna kill him. I mean, I just don't know who's gonna do it, because obviously the sisterhood. They get it done. So but what we don't know is this guy. So he's an unknown factor. So but yeah, I want to see the confrontation between him and his mother, because that's gonna be a nice soliloquy right there.
Oh yes.
The confrontation there is going to be really massive for the episode, and I think personally, it'll either she'll be like, "Well, I disavow you."
No. It ain't gonna be disavow. These bitches, he's dead. They're either the aunt is gonna kill him or she is gonna kill him, because it's the sisterhood above all. And it's funny because you saw,
and if the sisterhood doesn't control anything, you're gone.
It's got to go. So now you see how Francesca treats her son versus how this guy, because there was no political power to be gained from that guy. He built his own power now. So it's a juxtaposition. You see one son of a sister who basically had to come up from the bottom and has maneuvered his way to power, and then one who's being manipulated into power. It's fucking intriguing. I love this show. All right, guys, I'm tired because I ate way too much food tonight. I never thought I'd be able to say that. By the way, I ate last night.
You're gonna have a food coma.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say fuck Brad before I say this, because Sister Kim's made me a turkey burger that rivaled the size and weight of a fat burger.
That sounds very good.
Shut up. It took me time to strategize. Though I'm going to post a picture of it. It's beautiful. I almost didn't want to eat it. I wish I could just like timestamp food to where it could just stay there. But I was hungry. I was starving last night, and it was beautiful. And then I went to this party, and I just didn't want to stop eating. I'm like, soon you use the buffet, can't take it with you. So the food is coming, and yeah, and then like I said, that's why I'm so late. But yeah, this show has been worth the time. It's definitely been worth the time. This is, I hope they reap the benefits of this, and the numbers are strong. I know it's not the easiest thing to follow at times, but if you're willing to sit through it, and if you're willing to go back and use the internet, see, back in the day, if we had a show this complex, we were just fucked. Now I can go immediately off of the stream. I can go to any various of YouTube pages that are just obsessed with Dune, and will notice a speck on the wall that I would never see. And that's how detailed they are. And that's the kind of shit you need sometimes to help you with shows like this. So I recommend everybody find their particular one that reads well to them, and then go for it. That's it. Everybody enjoyed the episode?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I gotta say, I know we're doing Dune 1 and 2 next episode, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna do Dune. We're gonna do Dune. We'll probably do that next Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably be there a little bit late because I got something with Jared I gotta get done first.
Hey, I'm crashing that stream, and I'm going to take you with me. I'm just gonna come in long enough to say, "Hey, Claudia, let's go," and then we're just gonna both be gone. And then we can snipe stream him and watch him just boil. Just his glasses are going to fog up and the smoke is going to come out of it. I won't do that to him. That's disrespectful, but that's all right. It's going to be a long haul, so you got time. You have time.
I'll still come though. Don't worry. I'll be there after that.
All right, guys. Well, hey, that was Dune episode 5. I eat salads. So I ate a turkey burger. That's healthy. That's healthy meat. I'm not eating pork, and I'm not eating. And then I ate a Caesar salad by the way, that they didn't make right. But listen, there's different salads for a reason. Antipasto. I mean, you got to know what a Caesar salad is. It's all right, but
sardine, anchovies.
You can put a lot in a Caesar salad, but there's certain dressing that goes on certain salads that don't go on others. Where it's like, all right, so if you're gonna do a Greek salad, then I need Greek dressing, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm particular that way. I'll eat it up because I was starving, but no, I do eat salads, and the salads I eat are huge, guys. I took a picture of mine. I should have put my hand on there because people who've met me know how big my tree climbing hands are. So when I put my hand up against and the food is bigger, that means that meal I'm about to eat is huge. So all right, guys. Caesar
hot dog. What's wrong with you?
That sounds foul. All right, guys. We are off tomorrow. I think we may be doing Jaws 3 in 3D because Chappie changed his mind from movie 42.
You gotta be okay. Well,
So
that is an
I
upgrade.
mean, but hey, listen, that's a massive. As awful as that movie was, Jaws 3. I can endure Jaws 3.
He's upgraded.
We may see one of the absolute worst fucking 3D movies ever made.
Well, I mean, that's
no excuse to be as bad as it is. We just watched a movie that was released a year before it and made for less money be one of the best 3D movies ever done, period. And now we're going to watch this dreck.
I mean, it's
like
3D? Yeah, well, but the alternative was going to be more before. So I mean, that's like going from like a bucket of vomit to like just.
I can destroy Jaws 3, no problem. The time will go by quickly.
I'm gonna help you.
Yeah, because like I said, we don't need 3D glasses for that movie either because the 3D sucked in that movie. All right, guys, so we won't be off tomorrow. We'll be off from like live streaming and talking.
This is how fast that shark comes to the.
Yeah, and it stops. It just stops.
Breaks the glass and.
And nobody sitting in the movie theater that was with us was impressed at all. All right, guys, tomorrow night, Jaws 3 in 3D. Listen. What I'm gonna do.
Wait, listen, William. If you take the word shark and take the K out,
I'm gonna just mute all of you guys, and then I'll
so
go
if you
ahead
take the word shark.